I made a video reviewing Superman yesterday, and the internet mostly it was a positive reaction. Like, I didn't think many people would agree with me that I thought that Superman was a bad movie, and that it lacked substance, and that I didn't agree with the creative choices that were made in the film. What else? And I didn't agree with how Superman kept getting his ass kicked in the movie repeatedly, and how he had to be saved by Mr. Terrific, and how the film felt like a team up movie, and how I couldn't connect with the characters regardless. Okay, you watched the video. If you didn't watch the video, go watch the video. It's a really good and thought provoking critique and review of the new Superman movie directed by James Gunn. But I just wanted to double down on a couple of things that you guys comment and then that you guys said, because I do think these points deserve to be made. There was one point where somebody accused me of not liking Zack Snyder's work as DCEU, and it was addressing a comment that I made when I said that there's a fringe of the Snyderverse fans that are toxic, and it's just a fringe. I would like to very much clarify that. I do not mean the people that, like, everybody that liked the Snyderverse, the DCEU. Like, I was a fan of the Snyderverse. I loved all of that, what they were trying to do. I thought the Snyder cut of the Justice League might have been the best thing out of the Snyderverse. It was very, very exciting to see, and I wish that we could have got Justice League Part 2 and Part 3, because that whole nightmare scenario, man, when you have Batman teaming up with the Joker, teaming up with Mira, teaming up with who else? Flash, teaming up with Cyborg. I think it was Cyborg. Who else was he? Harley Quinn. And they have that whole nightmare scenario where Superman becomes bad and turns bad because of Darkseid. He's working with Darkseid. And that whole thing. And the Joker, he says that thing to Batman. He had Jared Leto's Joker. He's talking about how, he had to die. He could never die to himself. He had to send a boy to do a man's job, referring to Robin when he killed Robin. Oh my gosh, man. I would have loved to have seen that. I would have so much loved to have seen that. And everything that came with that. So I'm not in any way calling the fans of the Snyderverse toxic. I'm just explaining how there's a small percentage, very small percentage, of them who like to complain about everything. But I would like to just say it's not a broad generalization. I consider myself a fan of the greater Snyderverse, and I wish that it could have continued, because I don't know if this whole direction that James Gunn is taking the DC universe now, granted, it's very early, but I don't know if I necessarily agree with the creative choices that they're putting forth. There was another critique of the film, just saying that I didn't give Superman a chance. I mean, I pretty much did say going into the video that I went into it with an open mind, and I really wanted to like the film, but I did give it a chance, and I really think the film is mid. I don't think it's good. A lot of people did agree with me about the points that I made, that the film it doesn't have a true arc. That Superman does get his ass kicked multiple times, and throughout the whole movie, in fact. And how, Henry Cavill's films were better, and his Superman was just portrayed better. And this guy's not tough. Henry Cavill's tough, and the whole thing about Superman being human, it's like he's not human. He's quite literally an alien. He's the most powerful being in the universe. So that's all. And then there was a final critique of my video, what I said, and I just want to clear that up as well here. Talking about Superman bombing at the box office. And it did bomb at the box office. Let's just be very clear about that. I would like to pull up the numbers too to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about here, because this is very important that we're very accurate when it comes to the box office numbers. All right, so Superman right here, and I'm going to put this on the screen for you guys as well, because we just got these first weekend office numbers back. And we're going to put that up for you. Here we go. So right here you see from Warner Brothers Discovery, it says, a heroic debut. Superman opened to $220 million at the global box office this weekend, signaling a bold new chapter for DC Studios. But the reason that I say it is a bomb, we had this tweet from Clay Travis, multiple tweets summarizing how bad this is compared to Batman vs Superman. He says for here, Superman is a woke bust. I do not agree with that, first off. Going to drastically underperform the last Superman movie box office, Batman vs Superman, and only beat the last Superman movie released because of inflation and more days in the theater. Will struggle to make any money based on cost and marketing. A couple people have said this, but this is not the majority opinion. He followed that up with another tweet. Warner is going to pay a ton of media to report otherwise, but focus on numbers, not headlines. Batman vs Superman opened to 166 million several years ago. The last solo Superman did 117 million. This one will do 122-ish. Barely beat the last Superman despite more days and inflation. It's a bust. And so that's very interesting, but we have to keep that in mind. So there's that. And listen, the film, I tried to enjoy the film. I realistically did, but I wanted to hammer home a couple points. This is my true opinion. I'm not trying to grift here. I wish I loved the film. I tried to love the film, and I'll be doing another video when it comes to Fantastic Four. Obviously a bigger Marvel fan than DC, although I do love Batman. And so hopefully, fingers crossed, that Fantastic Four is a solid film. I'm very excited about it. They're doing a fresh new take. Fingers crossed. So there's that.